Hello, everybody, and welcome to our pitching session. I'm Naeem. I'm one of the organizers for this hackathon, and I'm going to walk you through the pitch. I'll give you some tips, and I'm going to walk you through the process of submitting your pitch and presenting it to the judges. Now, before I start, I want to say great job, you guys. Thank you all so much for the great work that you're putting into this hackathon. We see you buzzing on Slack. We see you talking to the mentors who all have positive feedback to give us after. We want to say thank you for all the work that you're doing. We hope you're learning, and we hope you're as excited as we are for tomorrow. And with this, we will start our pitching session. We're going to divide it into two main parts. First of all, we're going to let you know about the tips and the tricks you want to do for your pitch presentation, what you're going to do. And the second part, we're going to give you the logistics of submitting this pitch through the form and to the judges. So let me start with some highlights for the process. Just as reminders you need to keep in mind, you're going to submit your pre-recorded pitch by 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. So it's going to be pre-recorded, and the 9:30 a.m. is the deadline. Now, I just want to bring your attention to something. You don't want to submit it by 9:25 because the form might take you more time. Maybe the video is going to take some time to load. Maybe you're going to have questions because there are questions you need to answer. You need to tell us about your company, about your value proposition. So it's not just posting the video there. So it's good if you prepare and give it a solid 10 to 15 minutes. That's one thing. We're going to share the link to submit with you, and everything should go smoothly from there. The second is the presentation. We will present the video you give us through the form to the judges. We're going to present those live. But you, as teams, will not go live. And the reason we did this, because through the mentoring sessions, we realized that not all of us have very strong internet connections. Some of us had glitches, some of us had problems. So we don't want this happening when we're live streaming the event to the rest of the participants and to the judges. So we're going to present the videos, and if the judges have any additional questions, we ask you to come on live and answer these questions. And that's one. And the third, for the judging, the judges will decide on the winners, and we will announce this at 2 p.m., also UAE time. And those are the important highlights you need to keep in mind for now. And moving on, we're going to start with some tips for your pitch presentation. Now, the first thing you don't want to do, you don't want to waste time talking about your idea and the feasibility and the small details of the execution. Like, I'm going to use this coding language, and we're going to use this color, and we're going to talk to this person. These are all great details. Thank you for doing your research, but we don't need to hear this in the pitch presentation, because you're pitching the idea and how you're going to execute it. You don't want to dive too deep into the details, but you want to give us just enough. That's for sure. The thing you want to do is you want to detail your presentation with the following outline that we're going to give you. Now, it's not mandatory. It's just what we recommend. You want to give it an outline to give us an idea of what to expect. And then you want to delegate those tasks to team members. So you don't want the whole team working on the pitch presentation when there's a certain aspect of the business model that's not working that you need to work on. So delegate the tasks, and then most importantly, try to discuss which points are you going to bring up. So if you give a presentation for a slide of the presentation for the problem, make sure to know what aspects of the problem you're going to highlight. And let's start with some practical details and the outline. So we're going to give you a 6-point outline. We're going to start with the intro. So for the intro, you don't want to spend too much time on it. You want to give it 30 seconds. Now, of course, this is not set in stone. You don't want to time yourself. Oh, 30 seconds. I have to do it in 30 seconds. But this is the average time you want to give to the intro. Use this time to introduce your team members and introduce them in a way that is individual. You don't want to say, hi, this is me, and this is my other team member, and this is my other team member. Make it individual and mention any personal reasons that bring you guys together, and any personal reasons that would entice you to start this business idea. And mention an aspect if you're sitting in different countries. This would give you an advantage because the theme of this hackathon is international. And also being in different countries gives you different perspectives. So make sure to highlight that as well. The second thing you want to do, the second slide, is the problem statement. You also want to present it in 30 seconds. You want to mention what problem are you trying to solve and make it very concrete because this will set the path for whatever is coming. You want to tell the judges and the participants what problem exactly are you coming after. And you want to also value the problem. Like this problem is causing this amount of money to me. Solving this problem, we're going to have this and that. So you want to focus on the problem. Why is it here, and how you're going to solve it is going to come in the next slides. Now, I'm going to give you a very simple example. It's very simple to the point that you might laugh, but I'm just going to pitch it right in front of you. So for example, this is me starting. This is our slide. Now, of course, you want to mention more, like where did you guys graduate from, any kind of relevant experience. But I might start with something like, hello, everybody. This is team food delivery. My team members are Aya, Dulce, and me. Aya is an entrepreneur with years of experience. Dulce is a marketing guru who knows how to communicate with everybody. And this is me, Naim. I'm a developer, and I love pasta. Today, we're going to talk to you about a problem that many of us face, and then we'll move to the problem. Now, the problem statement, this is where I start. We want our food delivered to our doorsteps at any time of the day. But where I live in my city, restaurants only deliver until the afternoon, until 5 p.m. And then after 5, I either have to cook or to go out. Now, my problem with this is I want my food all the time. And this problem is present among every household because this is a general phenomenon wherever I live. Now, you see, my problem is too simple. But the thing is, I'm making it very concrete. This is my problem. This is how it's affecting me, all of this. And now we move to impact, our third part. You want to also present it in 30 seconds, more or less. Here you want to mention how solving this problem is gonna add to the economy, how it's gonna affect your business, what's it gonna do to everybody. Tackle it from different aspects. What's the added value that comes from solving this problem? Now, notice here, you're not talking about how you're going to solve it. You're just talking like, if we solve this problem, what's going to happen? And make it concrete. What is the exact objective you want to achieve by addressing this issue and solving it? And then you're going to move on to the product, which is the core of your presentation, the product or service that you're providing. You want to give it some time, maybe a minute, more or less. You want to introduce your product. What unique selling point are you giving? What makes it special and unique? What makes it the idea that's going to solve this problem? Relate everything together, but this is the point where you start talking more and more about what you're doing. Now, notice up until impact, you're not really talking about what you did. You talked about your research, the problem, the impact, but you didn't talk about your solution. Your solution starts with the product. That's where you want to give it more time. Now, for example, our impact is that we want our food delivered to our doorsteps any time of the day. Now, again, I'm reiterating my problem. Restaurants only deliver until the afternoon. Now, if we solve this problem, we have many people who are actually willing to invest in this. We did our research. We distributed a survey that 3,000 people administered, and they told us that they are willing to pay for such an app or willing to use this app. And we estimated that our market size is $1.5 billion. And also, another aspect of our solution is that if we implement this, we're going to connect drivers to restaurants. And then this is going to create 3 million jobs where I live. Now, you see, the good part about this is that I'm mentioning numbers and I'm mentioning what exactly I did to get those numbers. Like I administered a survey, I did this and I did that. And if you did a survey or if you did something, you talked to customers, you want to mention that in the presentation. You might get extra points for that. So make sure to mention that. And moving on, our product is a mobile application that would connect restaurants and delivery drivers. It will work on multiple platforms, and it will be possible to order as long as the restaurant is open. Now, our application went through several stages of development. We're going to use Java to code the application, and we're going to make sure it's accessible given the internet condition in my country. And of course, you're going to talk more and more. I don't have enough details because this is not a concrete presentation about an actual product. But you want to talk about these specialities. Like our application is available through different platforms, which is unlike another application that exists only on one platform. Our application is going to cover 95% of the restaurants in the country, while other applications only cover 50, or maybe they're only regional, but we're going through the whole country and not only to specific regions. Mention the unique selling points that make your product special. And now moving on, we're going to talk about the demo. And this is a very crucial element. Now, the demo is the visualization of what your product is going to look like. Maybe you've done something on InVision, maybe you've done something on Figma, maybe you've already put a website up, but you want to show this to the judges. You want to show us that I've already did my homework. I know that that doing this is possible, and here's my product. Maybe it's a physical product. You might have put a prototype. So you want to mock it up. You want to use the visuals to show us the user journey, how they're going to use it. Like they go into the application, they do this, they do that, or they turn the machine on and it does this and that. And then show us the unique selling points that you talked to us about in the previous slide, and show us the key features that you want us to notice. Now, I don't have a demo, of course, because I'm talking about an application. But for you, if you have an application or a website or a machine or anything, make sure to bring it up, because this would show the judges that you know what you're talking about. You know, they know you're expert in your field, and they know that this idea that you're talking about doesn't just sound too good to be true, that it's actually meaningful and it's possible to implement because you've already started working on it. And then you're going to go through the wrap up. You're going to present 30 seconds. You're going to reemphasize your problem, the impact of solving this problem, talk about your product and your team, and give some kind of motivational message to give you maybe some extra points. Something that would go along the lines of, if you guys love food like us, if you want your food delivered to your doorstep at any point of the day, and if you want to have a fun user experience that's available anywhere, wherever you live, make sure to invest in our idea and to follow us here or there. We know we love food. We know what we're doing, and we have the team to make this happen. And thank you so much for attending. And this is pretty much it. You don't need anything more than this. You only need 6 slides to deliver everything you need. Now, when I say you need 6 slides, I don't mean there's only 6 slides. Now, you can, of course, go 7, 8, 10. Now, of course, don't go for like 25 slides. That would be too much. But 6 slides is really just enough. If you want to go a bit more, if you have maybe 2 slides for the prototype, if you want to address your numbers more or less like in 2 slides, then, of course, feel free to do that. But you shouldn't need more than this. Don't feel the need to give us everything that you've done. Like, don't go into micro details. So when you break it down this way, it makes the flow of the conversation very fluid. We know what you're talking about, and you give us the chance to understand and actually vote for your idea. And with that point, we can move to the points that you need to remember. Now, the key points you need to remember for this particular event, and this is where we're going to mention the logistics of uploading your pitch and the formats. So the deadline is 9:30 a.m. It's not 11 a.m. It's 9:30 to give us more time to sort your idea and give it time for the judges to go through them without having to run or skip or anything. Now, the deadline to submit is 9:30, but again, do not wait until the last minute to submit your pitches. Submit it advancedly in maybe 30 minutes ahead, and make sure to answer all the questions in the survey, because we're going to ask you about your business model, your unique selling point, any extra details that would help us to evaluate you. So make sure to give us that and give it enough time. Again, the deadline is 9:30. Keep it up. Now, when you want to upload the video, you want to upload it in MP4 format. Now, you can do that through Zoom. You present it to yourselves as a team on Zoom, and then record it, and then it's going to come out. That's all. You can also use other software that we're going to share with you. We already did. We're going to send them again. Feel free to use any software that you're comfortable with, but you don't need to go with something very sophisticated, that's for sure. And multiple team members can present. It doesn't have to be one team member. feel free to do it. Just make sure that it's understandable. You don't want to have three people talking about the same point for 30 seconds. Make sure it's cohesive, but use your judgment. And you're going to upload the pitch deck also in the form, and make sure to upload it in PDF because that's going to help us to conserve the information. Like it doesn't mess up if you upload it as a PowerPoint. And again, the timing for the pitch is 4 minutes. Please do not exceed that time, just to keep it easier for the judges. We don't need a 15-minute pitch. 4 minutes is the time limit. And again, it's pre-recorded. You will present live if the judges want some extra clarifications or questions, but essentially it's going to be pre-recorded. And again, keep the prize in front of your eyes. We have $10,000 of cash prizes for the winners. Make sure to remember that. Maybe it's going to motivate you by the end of this day. Now we move to the Q&As. Please, if you have any questions, put them in the chat on YouTube, on Facebook. You can also put them on Slack. Make sure to give them to us here, and we're happy to answer any of your questions. I'm going to give a couple of minutes for any questions from the teams, and then we can conclude. Well, as far as I can see, it's been pretty clear. I hope so, at least. With that being said, thank you everybody who attended. If you have any questions, of course, let us know. We have some logistical questions about the prizes. First of all, who will get the prize? Is it the lead or all the members? Now, we keep this up to you guys. You're all going to receive the prize, and it's up to you if you want to invest it in your idea, if you want to distribute it among the team members, but it's not going to be to one individual. It's because it's a teamwork. Teamwork made this happen, so it's not going to be to one individual only. Don't worry about this. We have another question of how many people should pitch. I talked about this. Ideally, one person is enough. If you feel the need that you'd have like 2 people or 3 people, okay, that's fine. You can take on multiple slides. Like for example, if the developer wants to talk about the application, of course, not too many details, but the developer will know better. Of course, feel free to do that, but ideally, one person is more than enough. Okay, I'm opening the floor again for any more questions. Feel free to put them in the chat box. And if you have any questions further down the line within the next 2 hours, I know you guys are tired. We're here to support you. We'll be available on Slack. We have some more questions coming in. Okay, so one question is, when we record it on Zoom, are the team members supposed to be there because of the different time zones? The answer is no. Not all team members have to be in the recording. Again, one person is more than enough. When you record it on Zoom, it's only going to be one person presenting. It doesn't have to be all the team members on the recording. We have another question. What if the team lead name is different from the one on the Excel sheet? That's an excellent question. So when we send you the pitch submission form, there is a specific question asking you how many team members are there and who is the team lead. So you can put all the details there in case something changed, in case you need to update something or any details. Of course, feel free to do that, but make sure that you submit it. So if you forget a team member when you submit the pitch form, that's going to be problematic. So please don't do that. Also, one thing about the pitch submission form, make sure to include all the team members with their email addresses, because in case hopefully you are the winner, we're going to have to get in touch with you later. In case you are not the winner, we're going to have to get in touch with you later on to give you any details about the upcoming, what's going to happen next, or any details about the certificates, because if we don't have your email, we can't send your certificate. So make sure to do that. Give us a heads up in the pitch submission form. Mention all team members and the team lead. All right, waiting for a couple more minutes for any more questions. that a question? No, it's not. Thank you so much, Team P4ML. We enjoyed having you. We enjoyed having all the teams, and we're so excited to see you guys tomorrow. We really are. We put our hopes in you, and we hope that you're gonna you learned as the days go by. We know it's been exhausting these past 2 days, but we hope that you learned so much because we did learn things from you. Thank you so much. What is the deadline for the pitch form? Again, the deadline is 9:30 a.m. UAE time. That's GMT +4. Make sure to convert it to your local time zone. That might help you to remember. And maybe set a reminder. There's a question. Can I submit my ideas after 9:30? No, you cannot. That's why we have a deadline in place. Now, the thing with this is that we want to give space for the judges to evaluate your ideas. We don't want them rushing through them. We want to understand your ideas. We want to understand what you're trying to do. In case we need any clarification, we want to have the time for that. So this is why the deadline is a bit early. And we know you've been working hard these past 2 days, so we hope that you're going to be able to submit it on time. You should, technically. One thing that might help you is if you start working on the pitch form on the pitch deck right now, like by the end of this night. You don't have to finalize it, but make sure to add everything you need and make any necessary changes in the morning, early in the morning. But make sure to have something ready now and try to go for a test run to test the recording, see how the format is going to come out, and see the design. So start right now, as soon as you can. Even if you don't have all the information, even if you're waiting for some surveys, put them in, keep an empty space for them. We have another question. Do we need to put unit economics, up market sizing of the product in the PowerPoint? Well, that's really up to you. The point is you don't want to get into too specific details like units per labor or anything that's too complicated for the audience to understand. Now, of course, you're presenting to a judging panel that's very experienced, but you're also presenting to the audience, to the general public, because the event is going to be live streamed. So make sure to put something that's understandable, that would make sense, like the market sizing in dollars, or maybe the local currency of your country. Anything that would make it easier for us to imagine how big this problem is and how important your solution is. So it's really up to you, user judgment. And again, you're going to have to submit it in PDF, not PowerPoint. Of course, you're going to be working on PowerPoint, but the submission is going to happen on through the form on PDF. Sorry, as a PDF file. Any more questions? We're here to help. Giving the floor to you guys. We have an excellent question. Can we watch the event live? Yes, you can. Whether you're a participant or a mentor or a judge, you can watch the event live. It's available on our website. We shared it with you, and it's all over our social media accounts. It's ybolt/FH2071 live. We're going to share it with you guys. You can definitely watch it live, and you can also watch the playback. And I'm just sharing the website with you guys now. If you want to keep it with you, you can watch us live through this website. We have another question. Is the video that we need to submit by tomorrow midday? It's not midday, it's 9:30 a.m. Different from the pitch and the presentation we need to submit today at night. Okay, I think there's a bit of confusion here. So you only need to submit one thing. You don't need to submit a video tonight. You don't need to submit something by midday tomorrow. The only thing you need to submit is the video by tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. GMT +4. That video is the pitch. It's not a different thing. It's your pitch recording. That's going to be presented to the judges through the live stream. You're not going to come out live and tell us about your idea. We're going to play the recording. And again, this is because we want to avoid any problems with connection or any, like if you have a glitch in your presentation, we want to make sure that you present the best possible version. So that's why we ask you to record it. So you can go as many times as you want. So the only thing you want to submit again is one video pitch by 9:30 tomorrow morning. And tonight, I just told you to practice for it. You don't need to submit anything. It's just the practice. Again, plugging in the website if you want to watch the event live. You can also, if you can't watch it live, if you're busy with something, you can follow us on our social media channels. We're going to be posting updates. We're going to be posting highlights, and we're going to eventually post the winners. So stay tuned and follow us on these accounts. Giving a couple more minutes for any questions. Again, I'm going to go back to this slide for the important takeaways that you need to keep in mind. Submission happens through the form that we're sharing with you. It happens by 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. That's UAE time, GMT +4. Make sure to convert it to your local time zone. You're going to submit the recording of your pitch presentation in MP4 video format. We're going to also need the pitch deck in PDF. You have 4 minutes, and we already shared the outline with you. Feel free to go through it, and we're going to send reminders. Well, with this, I think we can conclude. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I hope this was clear, and I hope you guys are enjoying working together. We sure are enjoying seeing you create something from scratch, and we love what you guys are doing. We're learning so much from you, and the mentors are saying so many good things about you. We're so excited to see you live tomorrow, and please make sure to stick to the deadlines because we don't want to lose out on any teams. You've worked hard enough to get to this point, so keep it up. If you have any questions, the organizing team is here for you. Message us at any time. If we're asleep, we're going to get back to you in the morning. If we're not, we're always happy to help. And keep up the good work. We're here for you, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Best of luck, and thank you for attending.